Imagine a time before cars, before planes, before the hum of electricity. The year is 1811. Dawn breaks over the Mississippi River Valley, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange. But this serene beauty is an illusion. Deep beneath the surface, a slumbering giant is about to awaken. At approximately 2:15 a.m. on December 16th, the earth erupts in a cataclysmic fury. The very ground beneath the feet of unsuspecting settlers begins to heave and convulse with unimaginable force. This is no ordinary tremor, it is the first of several monstrous earthquakes that will forever scar the heartland of America. The new Madrid earthquakes, named after the Missouri town near the epicenter, unleash a level of destruction rarely witnessed. For those unfortunate souls caught in its grip, it seems as if the world itself is coming undone. Buildings crumble, trees thrash violently as if whipped by a hurricane, and the very earth itself rolls in terrifying waves. This is just the beginning. 2 more earthquakes of similar magnitude will follow in the coming weeks, tearing open the ground, altering the course of the mighty Mississippi River, and leaving an indelible mark on the landscape and the memories of all who survive. The immediate aftermath of the New Madrid earthquakes is a scene of utter devastation. The tremors are felt over an area of 1 million square miles, reaching as far away as New York City and Boston, where church bells are said to have rung from the seismic waves. But it is in the heartland, near the epicenter, where nature's unrestrained fury leaves its most profound mark. The Mississippi River, the lifeblood of the region, becomes a raging torrent, its flow disrupted by the violent upheaval. Eyewitness accounts describe the terrifying spectacle of the river appearing to flow backward as the earth heaves and buckles beneath it. Waterfalls roar where none existed before, and vast areas are swallowed by the surging currents, reshaping the landscape in a matter of hours. Forests are decimated, with trees snapped in half, uprooted or swallowed whole by fissures that gape open in the earth. The ground cracks and heaves, swallowing buildings and people alike. Sand blows from these fissures, creating miniature deserts in what were once fertile fields. The air is thick with the smell of sulfur, a pungent reminder of the earth's raw power. To understand the forces that unleashed such unimaginable destruction, we must delve beneath the surface, into the very bones of our planet. The New Madrid seismic zone, a network of faults deep within the Earth's crust, is the culprit behind these catastrophic events. Unlike the more famous San Andreas Fault, which marks the boundary where tectonic plates grind past each other, the New Madrid Fault is located in the middle of the North American plate. This region, known as an intraplate seismic zone, is far from the edges of tectonic plates, making the occurrence of such powerful earthquakes somewhat of a geological enigma. Scientists believe that the New Madrid Fault is a relic of a time when the North American continent almost split apart. Though this rifting ceased millions of years ago, the zone remains a weak point in the Earth's crust, susceptible to movements that release immense amounts of energy. It is a sleeping giant, capable of sudden and violent awakenings that remind us of the immense power hidden beneath our feet. Section 4. Whispers from the Past. Eyewitness accounts of the unthinkable. The true horror of the New Madrid earthquakes is best understood through the words of those who lived through it. Though scientific instruments were scarce in the early 1800s, the first-hand accounts of settlers, Native American tribes, and explorers paint a vivid and terrifying picture of that fateful winter. John Bradbury, a visiting English botanist, described the ground as violently agitated, as if in a churning cauldron. He wrote of trees being snapped off close to the ground, and the earth rising and falling in successive furrows, like the waves of the sea. Eliza Bryan, a resident of New Madrid, wrote of the uncommon darkness that accompanied the quakes, and the awful noise resembling loud thunder that filled the air. She described the terror of seeing the Mississippi River overflow its banks and the land completely inundated for miles. These accounts, passed down through generations, provide a chilling glimpse into the chaos and destruction that gripped the region. They are a stark reminder of the raw power of nature and the vulnerability of even the most seemingly solid ground beneath our feet. Section 5. A disaster for our time. Imagining a modern-day New Madrid earthquake. While the 1811 to 1812 earthquakes seem like a distant echo from the past, the New Madrid Fault remains active. Geologists warn that a similar event today could have catastrophic consequences. potentially dwarfing the impact of the historic quakes. The Mississippi River Valley is now home to a vastly larger population and a dense network of infrastructure. Major cities like Memphis, St. Louis, and Nashville sit atop or near the fault line, making them particularly vulnerable to a major earthquake. A modern-day New Madrid earthquake could cripple transportation networks, sever vital pipelines carrying oil and gas, and disrupt the flow of goods and services across the nation. The economic toll would be staggering, potentially reaching trillions of dollars and impacting the entire country.